from the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
With men's and women's soccer, field hockey, and cross country gearing up for their final games, other teams are just getting started. Hello and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Charlie Costal.
And I'm Ashley Humphrey. Now that spooky season is over, it's time for our Carolina teams to go to work. The second-ranked UNC women's soccer team looked to get revenge on first-ranked Duke last night on Dorrance Field on Senior Day after losing to the Blue Devils 1-0 earlier this season. In the 28th minute, Duke's Hannah Bebar powered in a shot from distance for the only goal of the first half before she scored a second from a penalty 10 minutes into the second half. 5 minutes later, the Tar Heels would respond with a goal of their own after Olivia Thomas intercepted a poor pass and placed it past the keeper. Only 10 minutes later, Duke's Mia Oliaro was open at the back post as Carolina failed to deal with the cross. In the 87th minute, Maddie Darlene crossed the ball to the back post where Kate Bossy nodded the ball in. But it wouldn't be enough as the Tar Heels lost 3-2 and ended the season 14-4, heading into their first game of the ACC tournament on Sunday.
We don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves or be too down. Disappointment's natural anytime you lose, whether you lose to Duke or you lose to anyone else. They're competitors, but what they can sit back and understand is that they died until the end. That, to me, is a win. Nobody's going to want to play us. I can tell you that right now.
The ACC tournament bracket is out, and UNC has earned a 4 seed. The Heels will play Virginia Tech in the quarterfinal on Sunday at Dorrance Field.
The Carolina men's soccer team is set to play its final regular season match tonight against Boston College at Dorrance Field. The Heels have dominated their recent series with the Eagles, winning 8 of the past 10 matchups, and they're looking to build on that record tonight. With graduate forwards Martine Vichian and Ahmad Al-Kwak out, offensive leaders Luke Hilly and Sam Williams have risen to the challenge, contributing 5 of the Heels' past 8 goals. On the other side, BC's midfielder Ask Eklund is a player to watch, leading the Eagles with 8 goals on the season. Stopping Eklund will be up to the Tar Heel defense and goalkeeper Andrew Cordes, who has made 21 saves this season while allowing only 14 goals. UNC's club ultimate frisbee team, Darkside, is a Goliath when it comes to collegiate frisbee. Reporter Rafa Valls attended their practice to learn more about the team and how they're preparing for this season.
Among UNC's athletic programs, ultimate frisbee gains little attention. And yet, Darkside is one of the most successful club teams, not only at Carolina, but also in the country.
We are an ultimate frisbee team that was created in 1993 here at UNC. Been lucky enough to have won 5 national championships, 3 in the past 4 years. Our team is predicated on camaraderie and the culture that we create. Like, we want this team to be a space where people feel welcomed and supported and loved, and so we want every person on our team to come to practice like excited to be a part of it and to compete as hard as they can and to do something that they enjoy and find meaning out of.
Yes, AJ! Yes,
However, last season, Darkside's streak of dominance was snapped when they lost to Cal Poly.
We were in the semifinal and just didn't really go our way. We were in a good position, but kind of fell through our hands. Sometimes it just doesn't go the way you want.
Despite the shocking upset last season, spirits remain high in Chapel Hill. This is largely due to an influx of new faces.
I'm Henry Holland. I'm a sophomore, and this is my first year on Darkside. Last year, I was on Batch. That's the developmental team here, and I learned to play frisbee there. This year, we have a lot of good guys, and we think we can do it, and we're going to go and win the Nationals championship.
Darkside are looking to rebound after last season, and their standard is clear: win a national championship. I'm Rafa Valls, reporting.
Darkside on 3, 1, 2, 3. Darkside! Let's go.
Let's hope Darkside can bring the Natty back to Chapel Hill.
After snapping a 4-game losing skid last week, UNC football is looking to stay on track as they travel to Tallahassee to take on Florida State. The Tar Heels showed a resurgence on both sides of the ball last week in their dominant road win against Virginia. UNC now needs 2 more wins to qualify for a bowl game. For the Seminoles, this season has been nothing short of a disaster. The preseason 10th-ranked team and reigning ACC champs have lost 7 of their 8 games this season. The game kicks off at 3:30. Charlie, how are you feeling about this matchup?
You know, I'm very, very confident going into this game. I think UNC holds all the momentum, especially after that dominant UVA game. And I think the team understands that this win would be big, not only for the fans, but also for a potential bowl game.
Absolutely, but we cannot count out Florida State's quarterback, Brock Glenn. After his last-second touchdown against Miami, he is a threat, and UNC cannot get too comfortable, and we've seen them do that before.
Yeah, agreed. But considering that Jacoby Criswell is coming off a 293-yard game, I think we definitely hold the stronger weapon. And not to mention Javari Ritzy's thick 6 last week. We are dominant on both sides of the ball, seemingly out of nowhere.
That's true. I'll be on the edge of my seat. Field hockey wraps up the regular season tonight in Durham against the Duke Blue Devils. The last time the Heels faced off with the Blue Devils was a big one in last year's ACC championship when Carolina won its 7th ACC title in a row. So far this season, second-year head coach Aaron Matson has led the team to an undefeated record. Across their 14 games, Carolina has scored 56 goals while only allowing 5. The Heels haven't lost to Duke since 2017, and they'll look to continue that streak tonight, aiming to close out the season with another win against their rivals. The MLB World Series wrapped up on Wednesday, and the Los Angeles Dodgers took home the Commissioner's Trophy. There was one notable UNC alum on the field celebrating. It was field hockey head coach Aaron Matson. Matson coached a game on Sunday before flying to New York to watch her boyfriend, Ben Kasparias, and the Dodgers play in Game 3. The next day, she flew back to Chapel Hill to lead practice before flying back to New York to watch Game 4, the game Kasparias started. Matson flew back once again to lead practice before going back to New York for the deciding Game 5. She was there when the Dodgers won it all and was on the field to congratulate her boyfriend. Then, one final time, came back to Chapel Hill for practice in her big game tonight. In all, Matson flew more than 3,000 miles.
UNC volleyball is continuing ACC play with Clemson and Georgia Tech at home this weekend. The Heels are on a roll, sitting atop the conference after upsetting number 19 FSU last weekend. Senior outside hitter Mabry Schaffmaster is ACC Offensive Player of the Week, and her monster kills are what the team will rely on this weekend. They hope to avoid the sting of Georgia Tech's libero Sophia Velez and middle blocker Logan Wiley, who both also earned ACC honors this past week. The number 20 ranked UNC volleyball team is headed to Carmichael for 2 games this weekend. Caroline Routh is at Carmichael now to talk about what's to come. Caroline?
Thanks, Charlie. I'm here at Carmichael, where the ranked UNC women's volleyball team, for the first time since 2017, will host 2 big matches this weekend. Now, first up, they have the Clemson Tigers, who are currently winless in the ACC, with outside hitter Mabry Schaffmaster earning ACC Offensive Player of the Week awards. I'm feeling good about that one, but they'll have to bring the heat on Sunday against number 16 Georgia Tech. Now, Georgia Tech is coming off a 6-game win streak, so it's sure to be a competitive match. We got to make sure everyone comes out to Carmichael Arena and we get the Heels fans going for this women's volleyball team. Back to you guys at the desk.
Let's hope the Heels bring out a big crowd this weekend at Carmichael. Thanks, Caroline.
Halloween in Chapel Hill is always a little sweeter for UNC sports. Catherine Ryan shows us an event that in the past 3 years has raised more than $10,000.
UNC's 4th annual Lax Ball event was full of costumes, candy, and fun. It's a hybrid game that brings together players from UNC's softball, baseball, and lacrosse teams to raise money for UNC Children's Hospital. This year, the game was in Keenan Stadium. UNC softball and men's lacrosse teamed up to go against baseball and women's lacrosse in a 5-inning game of Lax Ball. Laxball combines baseball and softball, but is played with a flat bat and a tennis ball.
Growing up, I was around medicine all the time, and cancer has affected me personally. So if we can give back to the cancer patients and the cancer hospital, I mean, that's the big thing that we try to do here. We're pretty much a family. Everything that we do is family-oriented. So no matter what we're doing, whether it's laxball, baseball, working out, we're always a family.
When UNC athletes weren't on the field, they were handing out candy to the kids in attendance or teaching them how to strike out players. UNC men's lacrosse and softball won at the end of the night, defeating baseball and women's lacrosse 13-4. The real winner of the night, however, was UNC Children's Hospital. I'm Katherine Ryan, reporting.
For the fourth year in a row, Laxball blended Halloween fun with community spirit, showcasing teamwork and support for the UNC Children's Hospital. The Tar Heel wrestling team kicks off its season at the Southeast Open in Roanoke, Virginia tomorrow. Carolina Wrestling is entering its second year under head coach Rob Cole, who welcomed 15 new players this offseason. In Cole's first season, the Heels earned the most dual victories in a season since 2019. 12 schools will be competing at the Open, including number 8 Virginia Tech and number 17 West Virginia. A strong showing from former All-American wrestlers like Lachlan McNeil could help the number 30 ranked Tar Heels move up in the polls.
3 Tar Heel basketball players are award candidates for this upcoming season. Fifth-year guard R.J. Davis is back, and the awards are already rolling in. Davis is a member of the preseason watch list for the Naismith Trophy. This award has gone to Purdue's Zach Edey the past 2 years, but could be coming to Carolina for the first time since Tyler Hansbrough in 2008. Davis is also a candidate for the National Association of Basketball Coaches Player of the Year. True freshmen Ian Jackson and Drake Powell are both candidates for the Julius Erving Award, given each year to the nation's top small forward. UNC Cross Country is at the ACC Championships right now at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary. The men's team looked to win back-to-back championships after beating Syracuse by 16 points last year, and senior Parker Wolf is looking to be the individual champion once again. The women's team looked to outperform their 5th-place finish last year, and the results just came in. The women's team took the 3rd-place finish with runner Fatima Alanis grabbing 5th. The men's team also finished 3rd with Ethan Strand in 2nd and Parker Wolf in 3rd.
You already know what time it is. It's Friday, which means it's time to give you our winner for Sports Extra's Play of the Week. On Monday, our 2 nominees were Claire Gagne from women's soccer and Kelly Smith from field hockey. And the winner is Kelly Smith. Charlie Bruder leaves a behind-the-back pass for Yasmina Smolinars, who sweeps it on cage where Kelly Smith tips it through the goalkeeper's legs and into the net. Smith's first career goal on her senior night. Be sure to tune in on Monday for 2 new candidates for Play of the Week.
Since the UNC basketball program's first season in 1910, there have been a multitude of players who left their impact on this university. Sophia Pedroso tells us about one who's continuing to leave his impact in the Triangle.
Woolen Gym is now home to a variety of classrooms and recreational athletic spaces for students. However, for 26 seasons, this building was home to the Carolina basketball program. In this very arena, a forward from Zebulon, North Carolina, for the 1954-55 Tar Heels made his impact. Today, he continues to do so, but in a different kind of arena.
Hilliard Green is now not known as a basketball player, but as a greeter at the Angus Barn. Located in Raleigh, the Angus Barn is a restaurant described as fine dining with a rustic elegance.
Think how lucky we are to have somebody that sits at the front every single week and starts people's memories when they come into the restaurant. You know, it's one thing to do your job. It's another thing to do it with joy and exuberance and thoughtfulness. And that's Mr. Green.
The impact of Mr. Green goes far beyond his work as a greeter.
Somebody can come in with a kind of a frown on their face, like maybe they weren't quite as happy with one as should be. And as soon as you speak to them, they smile.
Although he clearly has athletic and social talents, he has just as much talent on the artistic side.
I built that.
Woodworking is among his areas of skill, which he put toward constructing tables that are used in the restaurant. He also made plaques for his teammates out of the wood flooring of the Woolen Gymnasium. This gesture is one of the many embodiments of the incredible generosity and kindness that Mr. Green has become known for.
It's just really refreshing because I think we live in such a fast-paced world where people are just talking to you to kind of like get something out of you or, just looking to tell you something rather than not to listen. But he just sits there and wants to hear about your life and what you've learned and what you can kind of teach each other. And it's really nice.
While Hilliard Green has helped the Angus Barn, the people there have helped him as well.
I have never thought that I could be treated with the dignity and love. I had more love than anything else from the guys and the managers and just all of them.
Hilliard Green is a true Tar Heel born and bred, whether on the floor of Woolen Gym or at the door of the Angus Barn. I'm Sophia Pedroso reporting.
It's great to see our former players still contributing to the Carolina community. Ashley, with the holiday season coming up, I think we should all head over and check out the Angus Barn.
I totally agree. I hear they go all out for their Christmas decorations. That does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
Make sure you tune in on Monday for a recap of another exciting weekend in Carolina athletics.